I turned this thing on without having turned on my microphone, and then I turned it off, and then I remembered that my microphone's dead, so I turned it back on, and here we are. I've had this camera angle looks lame. Way too high. There we go. I've had this melody stuck in my head since having walked home, so I'm gonna sing it and try and get it onto something and make a song out of it. Let's see. Wow, I totally lost the lyrics in between the door and talking to you guys. That's kind of incredible, honestly. I can still kind of remember the melody. I was going to sing it to you guys, and then I could not remember the words. And I don't want it back, and I'm ready to attack, and I love you. Yes, I love you, love you. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. And I'm ready for it back down. And I don't want it back, and I love you. Yes, I love you. I am just stuck here singing this melody, and I am making the boringest video because I had it in my head before I sat down and started the car and everything, and now I cannot remember how I made it flow. And I want to have it back, I'm not ready to attack, and I love you. Yes, I love you, love you. I think that's what it was. And I want to have it back, I'm not ready to attack, and I love you. Yes, I love you, love you. Alright, cool. So now I have it recorded, and I can reference back to it whenever I need to. That will help me remember that melody, because as you all saw, when I was walking to my car, it just popped up in my head, and I was singing it all the way up until I got in the car. Then I sat down, started the recording, and I could not remember the lyrics that I had. I had the melody still in my head, but I could not think of the lyrics that I came up with. And so yeah, that was a fun little struggle. It took me 3 minutes to get that back. But like, I'll wake up with tunes in my head all the time, and it's kind of sad to say it, but more often than not, they all just kind of go to the wayside because I don't ever do anything with them. But I should try and fix that. Oh man, I'm tired. Whew. Today was a day. I did stuff, but then again, I didn't do stuff, and I'm stuck. I'm not able to do the thing that I really wanted to do with this thing because of, I don't have the resources to finish it out, and that is really annoying. And so we'll see what happens there. It's just obnoxious, but at any rate, I need to fix my brain and get out of that mode and get into the going home mode. I am doing terrible at talking to you guys right now, and I don't know why that is. Like, at first I was trying to come up with the melody that I had forgotten, which is understandable, but I've already established that and got that back on track, and now I can't think of anything that is like worth talking about. My brain is just mush, and I've got a lot going on. My video did not go very well at all. My Instagram reel, I didn't necessarily think that it would. I was trying very hard to get something going on Instagram, and it was just dead. My brain was not inspired to do anything on there. I couldn't bring myself to want to do anything. I started my first ad campaign on Amazon, and I am sorting through the details of this billboard, and so I've got a lot of stuff going on. This weekend was incredibly productive, and I just need to keep kind of going. I'm making good progress. I'm making good progress on my brother Kanan. I think that will be somewhere really good here in the near future too. Trying to knock that out and hopefully get it worked on sometime in March, and then have it ready for sample readers by May. And there's just, my brain is just full of stuff, and it's like I'm not able to actually process it and say it all. And so here I am in front of this camera just looking like a ditz because I can't find my thoughts or anything. I was so excited about this billboard ad that I was like, I might do other billboards. Like the one that I'm doing first is going to be the one right here in town, but then I'm like, maybe I can do other billboards and just see where all in Missouri I can have a billboard up at. And so I contacted my billboard salesman lady, and she found me one that was significantly more money than the one that I'm on now. And I was like, I don't know if I can swing that much a month. Like, I'm making good money now, but I should not be throwing it away so stupidly. Maybe that's something worth talking about. I wanted to create an audio book that was like an audio experience, so to speak. And I was thinking about actually like hiring people out to like play different roles in the book, but I also think that I may be overcomplicating this, and I'm spending a lot of money on something that doesn't need to be all of this. I do at some point in time need to sit down and actually record If Ghosts Could Cry. I haven't committed any time to recording that yet, and so at some point in time I need to sit down and commit to that. I recorded the first chapter, and it was too roomy. I wanted to use my new microphones because I can talk more directly into them, and I do like the way that they sound, but it was much too roomy. And so I don't know if I need to like get into a closet and read in a closet, or if I need to just continue using my better, fancier mic because it's got the wall behind it, or what. But the problem with the fancy mics is that they have a lot of noise in them. And the problem with the wireless mics, they don't have any noise, but they also are, like I said, they pick up the room sound really bad. And so it could just be a matter of where I'm recording. So I might go into my one of my spare bedrooms or something and just record up against a wall and try and make it to where it's like just my voice going into the microphone. I think it would be more convenient to be able to record with these wireless microphones, but if it's not sounding close to the same quality, then there's no point in it. But there's really only one way to find out, and that's to give it another try. And so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm able to find a happy medium, and either, because I think my problem is when I'm reading, I'm usually looking down, and the microphone that I'm using is straight ahead of me. My good microphone is, and so I don't think it's picking up my volume as well as it should, which means that I have to raise my volume. But in order to raise my volume, I'm now bouncing off of the room, and so that will be what I'm thinking I'm gonna do in order to get through this. And I might just I just thought of a wild idea, but I'm sitting down and reading, and I've got my good mic usually tucked in my shirt right there. So what I might do is put the wall in my lap, hold the book up against the wall so that I'm talking directly into the wall and recording this audiobook. I might try that and give that a go. But yeah, I was gonna do an audio experience is what I was calling it. And I was gonna do that, but I am just I'm not feeling, usually when I do these sorts of things, like they turn out into a really cool product and everything, but I'm not feeling like, I also lose interest in these products when I'm having to dump a lot of money in them. So I'm not feeling like that's going to be the wisest decision for me to take. And so I'm not really sure if I'm just going to go the route of just being the sole narrator, or if I'm going to go the route of being being something else. But at any rate, that's just something else on my radar of things that I want to do and things that I want to accomplish, all the while trying to inspire myself to do something on Instagram that keeps falling off. And like here recently, I have not done near as much with it, and like I'm trying to find stuff to promote, and I don't know, YouTube hasn't really been very friendly to me either, though. I've not really gotten any sort of structure or progress on that platform either. I've just been uploading stuff and throwing it into the sea of nothingness, and no one watches, and very hard to not get disheartened. And right now I am very disheartened, and so I'm hoping that in some way, shape, or form, one way or another, I can get this figured out. And so yeah, I don't know, it's just, and I keep saying that, I was like, I feel like I'm such a Debbie Downer on here. I'm always just like, oh my gosh, nothing's working out the way I wanted to. And I just had like a super productive weekend. I was excited for myself. I was excited for all the stuff that I did. I'm excited for all the stuff I got going on. And still yet, I'm just sitting here like, oh, I don't want to. So, I don't know. I'm just in a particularly lame place right now. I gotta find my way out of it. I've got to figure out how I am going to plunge through this and how I'm going to succeed. And like, the odds have got to be in my favor because I'm doing more than what anyone else normally can do. And so it's like, why am I doing all of these things and still making it nowhere? So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to get the ad back from the billboard people. I basically gave them an ad, and I was like, this is what I want. Do with it what you can. And so we'll see what they do with it. But yeah, exciting stuff coming along. You see my face in shining lights, and I can be a celebrity where everybody knows who I am and reads my books. And just a grand old time. But until then, I'll just probably keep it on. And I mean, that's fine and all, but I just really want to get somewhere because I'm putting the pressure on myself to get somewhere. And like, I apply the pressure, but if I do the work, then it should sort itself out, right? Like, I shouldn't have to apply the pressure, do the work, and still wind up nowhere for it. But here recently, I've not gotten very far for it, so I don't know. It's a bit of a bummer and very unfortunate, but just got to keep on keeping on and can't let it drag you down, and hope that at some point in time you reap the rewards of your hard work, and that it'll feel good to be able to reap the rewards of the hard work. That's a big reason why I haven't been doing the audiobook right now. It's just I had the time. Like, when I get home, I've got so many other things to do, and I could honestly probably, like, I need to take a break, so Xbox provides a great avenue for that, but I have a tendency to spend too much time on there. Like, I will, in order to take a break, I will, I'll sit down and play with somebody, and then I'll usually spend the rest of my night playing with that person, and then there goes, like, it was supposed to just be a break, but like, I don't ever do that until I've accomplished a good amount of stuff anyway, and so it shouldn't be, it's not like I'm just doing nothing indefinitely, but I am monitoring or regulating my productivity and trying to take breaks in between to keep from burning out, because obviously burnout's no good either. So I don't know, I just really hoping that something comes of all this effort that I'm putting into it, and that I'm not just doing all this effort for nothing, and that it just continues to slowly die until I finally give up on it because life and priorities change. And I'm already feeling that kind of way right now. Like, Healers 2 had such a dud of a launch, and I was just kind of like, why am I still doing this? I spent all this time, effort, and money designing the cover, getting it edited, doing all the stuff that I felt like I needed to do, only for it to ultimately turn into this big dud of a book launch. And like, part of me is like, I didn't give it the proper attention to really flourish and succeed, and so there's that. But I just don't know. Really hoping that I can get somewhere here, and that these sorts of things continue to help, and that I can continue to do great work for what it is that I do, and that eventually I can be recognized for the great work that I do. That's the shoulder of the highway that you ain't supposed to be driving on. But yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully the ad programs work. Hopefully the billboard gets me some exposure. Hopefully all of this gets me somewhere where people are starting to pay more attention, and they're like, you know what, this guy knows what he's doing. He's got some good stuff going on. And so yeah, hopefully, cross our fingers. I made it to the town that I live in, and I don't know how, because I feel like I just barely started talking to you guys, and now we're already almost home, which should be a good sign, but I still feel like I've said a whole lot of nothing this whole time, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna eat when I get home. I made a big old pan of lasagna, and I've been kind of eating on that for work most days, and I don't have like any sides or anything with it. I'm just having a square of lasagna every day, which is fine. It's just I'm used to having a bit more than that, but maybe that's for the best. I don't know. I also need to get back into getting active. I have not been doing my morning workouts very frequently at all. This morning I didn't wake up till like 6 o'clock. It was terrible. And I went to bed at a good time last night, but I was just like, there's nothing getting out of me. You're getting me out of this bed right now. And that is an interesting thing, because some people just do it. They just get out of bed at 5 in the morning every morning. I don't know how you can do that. Like, there are times where I legitimately sleep through my alarms. And there are other times where it's like 4:45 a.m. and I'm wide awake and ready to go. And so I don't know at this point, like, what am I doing? And am I doing it right? Is there something I'm missing? Is there a way to get more perky and to be awake immediately when your alarm goes off? And because, like, sometimes I'll even sleep longer, and I feel like that's more problematic than getting less sleep. Like, the more sleep I get, the harder it is to wake up. And the more sleep I get, the less sleep I get, the easier it is to wake up. So, I don't know. But hopefully can figure something out there. and get this ball moving. Hopefully all this book advertising gets me somewhere, and hopefully I can get somewhere with the general attention as well, get some people watching the videos, get some people paying attention to Instagram or YouTube, however they choose to pay attention. I need to get some inspiration to make some Instagram videos that are worth a darn. That's been a big problem of mine, is a lot of my videos on Instagram are just stupid. And like, admittedly, a lot of the videos on Instagram are just stupid. But when I'm uploading stuff and I'm not confident that it's going to be interesting, then it's hard for me to really get into it. And so, and like recycling the sounds just does not work for me. I keep recycling sounds that are popular, and I'm just like, this just feels lame. I don't know. But hey, it has been 20 minutes, and I talked to you guys, and I appreciate you listening. So thanks.